follow the budget conference that was held on Thursday, 11 September 2025, to set into motion the budget preparation process for financial year 2026-2027 in accordance with Article 1551 and 2 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and Section 12(1) and 2 of the Public Finance Management Act 2015. The financial year 2026-27 budget preparation process comes at a time when the country has already made significant gains in its socio-economic transformation journey. Therefore, this workshop is intended to, number one, present and discuss the proposed budget strategy for financial year 2026-7 with the local government leaders. Number two, to discuss service delivery challenges and provide feedback on the recommendations you made during the previous consultations for the budget for financial year 2025-6. And three, we want to disseminate grant program guidelines for the preparation of financial year 2026-2027 budget framework papers. Ladies and gentlemen, in financial year 26-7, particular attention will be on further improvement of government efficiency and streamlining project execution and increasing the productivity of all Ugandans. The budget preparation and formulation process has so far been informed by the strategic policy guidance provided by HE the President, the 10 for Growth Strategy, the NDP4, and the attendant program implementation action plans. Here, we shall adjust as we go along. After January 12th, we shall adjust our working documents to include the manifesto of the party which will win government. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You know the winner will be NRM. So the manifesto of the NRM after January 12th will be part of the documents we shall incorporate as we finalize the budget for 2026-2027. Meaning, some of the manifesto commitments and pledges will start immediately in financial year 2026-2027. We have also undertaken initial consultations with the private sector, with civil society organizations, and the local development partner groups. The second the second Public Investment Management System Conference, and the 9th High-Level Economic Growth Forum. And we are here today to consult you, local government leaders. The recommendations from the consultations, together with the outcomes of the program working group discussions, will guide finalization of the budget for financial year 2026-2027. The consultations for financial year 2026-7 are going to be guided under the theme of full monetization of Uganda's economy through commercial agriculture, industrialization, expanding and broadening services, digital transformation, and market access. Broadly, the focus for next financial year will be on deepening the implementation of the anchor growth sectors of the agro-industrialization, tourism development, mineral-based industrial development, science, technology and innovations, including ICT and the creative arts industry, and other enablers. In other words, when we are talking about the ATMs, one time I visited a certain school, which I don't want to mention, and a teacher came and introduced herself as an economics teacher. So I asked this teacher that, have you ever heard about the word, the term ATMs? She said yes. And I asked her, what is it? Auto what? Autographic teller machine. Yes, she was correct. But at the same time, her answer was not, it was correct but not suitable, because I was asking an economics teacher. So what I picked from the answer was, as Minister of Finance, we need to do more. Is it sensitization, awareness, or what? We must make the public know more about us and what we do. I want to believe that John, by this time, all these people know what ATMs mean. Do we have someone who will talk about the 10th floor? Who is here? Can you introduce yourself? Let them give you a microphone.
Honorable Minister, I had introduced myself, but I'm Musasiizi Richbell. I work with the Economic Development Policy and Research Department and the Ministry of Finance.
As who? What?
As an economist.
So what are you going to be talking about?
I was expounding on the tenfold growth strategy and how the local government can fit into this.
So were you able to break down the L, the T, the what?
Yes, I did.
These people now all understand. When you
I
talk
hope
about
so.
ATM, they understand.
I hope so.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
If you have questions around ATMs, she's here for you. I now want to come to the feedback on issues raised during the budget consultations for financial year 2025-6 and grant negotiations for financial year 2025-6. During last year's consultations, you raised a number of service delivery concerns for consideration in budget for financial year 2025-6. Accordingly, government undertook measures to address them as follows. Number one, low share of local government funding. On the nominal basis, financing for local government services has greatly improved. From Uganda shillings 2.361 trillion in financial year 2015-16 to now 7.345 trillion in financial year 2025-6. Which is 10% of the national budget. In other words, 10% of our 7.2 trillion, 10% of it goes to the local government. Substantial increases have gone towards financing the operations of the education, health, water and environment, agriculture sub-programs. Also, additional resources have gone towards the parish development model and the Myoga aimed at providing revolving funds at the lowest level of governance to increase household incomes and improve livelihood of the citizens. John, you'll excuse me, we are here to work. When I ask questions, I'm asking on your behalf. Do we include EDM on the 7 trillion?
Honorable, PDM is not included in this. For the actual, not only PDM, we have a number of interventions that the government puts in money. This intervention that is microfinance, yoga, all that money is not part of this.
So now we are in Kigezi. Can someone go on the computer and we check the total budget for local governments which come to this region? Chisoro, Rukunjiri, Kabale, Kanungu, Rwanda, Ruchiga. Of this 7 trillion, how much comes to this sub-region, for example? And what does it do in this region? Because if you say PDM, these are direct transfers to the people. This is not local government budget. If we say you give funds, I see the same funds under health, in the budget of health, in the budget of education, the one we have in Kampala has these funds. So can we tell these people what exactly comes next? So I want this broken down, both national and also, since we have these people here, let us also give the national numbers and then the local numbers. Number 2, you mentioned lack of transport equipment for monitoring. Government is addressing this issue by using a phased approach. Accordingly, Uganda shillings 35.2 billion was provided in the budget for financial year, for this financial year. No. Here, let's correct. This money was provided in the budget for financial year 2024-2025 for procurement of vehicles for chairperson and city municipal mayors, and the Ministry of Local Government expects to deliver these vehicles by November this year, November 2025. Chairperson, please clarify. You are getting very close. Now, on the issue of, and what this means is, if the chairperson has been having a vehicle, I think we want to propose in the cabinet that these vehicles the chairpersons have been driving can stay to support some departments in the district. For instance, if I can use Rwanda for example, the engineering department does not have a vehicle. So in this, now when Stephen gets a new one, we could propose that the one has been using now goes to support the engineering department. And if the same can also be done in other districts. Now, non-election of political leaders, especially the councillors. Here, The answer is funds will be provided in financial year 2025-6 to induct political leaders after 2026 general elections, given that we have a short period to end the term. In other words, induction should not happen at the end of the term when the people are about to expire. We want to induct you when you are still fresh. So the induction will take place after the June swearing-in. That's why we have budgeted July, so that maybe around August, September, the first quarter of next financial year, the councillors can be inducted. Number 4, there was an issue on unharmonized revenue system and revenue sharing. Effective this financial year, only the IRAS is being implemented. The issue of review of revenue sharing requires a constitutional amendment, and the process has already been initiated by the Ministry of Local Government and will be consulted in due course. Then there was an issue on technical system challenges on PBS, IFMIS, and the one of human resource, HCM. The answer is this has been reviewed, and the interface between IFMS and PBS has been enhanced and continues to be improved. The Ministry of Finance conducted PBS and IFMIS training for MDs and local government heads of departments in July 2025 to enhance their skills in the budgeting process, reporting process, and will be a continuous process going forward. In addition, there are always periodic trainings and support at Treasury regional centers. Another issue was non-aligned PMs to local government. This challenge was notable during the NDP3 implementation. However, the NDP4 program, in consultation with representatives, the National Planning Authority will highlight the later details later in the course of the day. Who's here for the day? You will respond to this question well. Another issue was weak internal audit functions. I have provided 6 billion in financial year 2025-6 across all local governments to strengthen internal audit performance. And these funds will be maintained in the medium-term expenditure framework over the medium term for sustainability. The rest of the departments will be reviewed for consideration after structural review exercise by Ministry of Public Service. What is 6 billion divided by 176? John, you have a calculator there? Can someone divide for me quickly? 6 divided by 176. Another issue, inadequate funds and lack of road equipment. The allocation of 1 billion per district was a cabinet directive, and the Ministry of Works and Transport has taken this up and has made a proposal to cabinet for consideration of a grant allocation formula, and the position will be communicated once this process is completed. Relatedly, following a needs assessment on the road equipment in all wards, Ministry of Works and Transport wrote to HE the President on 7th August 2025 for further guidance. And once the response is provided, you will be informed accordingly. But let me simplify this. We want to look for money, the equipment in the district has outlived its usefulness. So we want to look for money to buy new equipment. We have already discussed with HP. As we finalize this budget, this is one of the priorities which we shall deal with. Even in the manifesto, it's going to come as a manifesto commitment. So another issue was shortfall for ex-gratia for councillors' allowances. To address this, we provided 7.305 billion in financial year 2024-5 for arrears, and the resource was carried forward in financial year 2025-2026 budget. Additional resources amounting to 19.2 billion has been provided in financial year 2025-6, bringing the total allocation for ex-gratia to 53.12 billion. However, the challenge is that some accounting officers still do not pay these bidders even when funds have been provided. This is not acceptable, and my ministry will take serious measures to deal with such cases. Another issue was on, I'm waiting for my
34 million.
34 million per district has been provided to internal audit department. Do you have internal auditors there? Do you have this money? You come here. Name and whether you have this money, whether I've seen it. Internal audit of where? You come. You know, the problem we have with local government, you people, you don't meet, you just come for a meeting when you are not prepared. You can say, you have been done auditor there, yes. No one can confidently come here and tell me whether it has fast-tracked or not. What is the name?
My name is Kamari Manuel.
Kamari, yes.
Senior Head of Municipal Council.
Where?
Municipal Council.
Municipal Council.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. My department is not to manage 8 million per quarter.
8 what?
8 million.
How many quarters?
4 quarters.
So 8 times 4, is it all correct? So 8 times 4,
That's 4.
32. So it's within the range. Okay, you have to say that. What are you using it for?
For monitoring projects.
That money is for what?
For monitoring council projects. That's roads, infrastructure, and revenue production.
What is monitoring?
Oh,
So,
what
in
do you
terms
have?
of money, what is monitoring? In terms of what?
Monitoring is, for example, when you have projects like roads, construction of school, hospitals, the money you have to assess whether there's value for money.
You go there to assess whether
There's value for money.
there is value for money, yes. So what before the 80 million came, how were you? What were you doing?
But anyway, everybody was just a bigger,
You were using how much?
was we allocated by then almost to 1 million per quarter.
You were at 1 million per quarter.
I'm at that age.
Now you are at 8. And you use it to monitor. Not what do you use for auditor?
Make a plan of that 80 million so that I make proper audit for the whole quarter.
Sorry?
Of every quarter, I make a plan of that 80 million so that every quarter is going to do this every quarter. So
Well, I part of the group I attended at Calling Hotel.
No, sir.
In Mkono?
No.
No. Are you a qualified auditor?
Yes, sir.
What is your CPA number?
2046.
2046.
2046.
2046.
Also, sir.
You go and see. Thank you very much. I now confirm that the auditors have money for monitoring and for doing their work. But what I want to ask the auditors to do, even when we have internal auditors, the corruption in local governments, loss of funds, diversion of funds continues to occur. So my question is already, where are you auditors, when all these things are happening? Can I get another auditor in the room? Do we have any other auditor here? Now we want to hide because we don't want to. Carlos, you give me one of the auditors. If the auditor cannot come, then the cow should come. But I want the auditor. Do we have any other? No. So this one man of sorrow, you come back. Number 2024, you come back. And also one cow. Which one is the riskiest district? The cow of Kanungu family. Is he here? Is he or she here? Because in Kanungu is near me. When I compare my road to Kanungu, I wonder whether they receive the same amount. Kanungu doesn't work on roads. So, cow, what is your name? Give that microphone. Cow, I have one question for you.
Yes, sir.
In your normal working day, do you ever think about an internal audit?
Expenditures.
So, my question and the concern of the public is, the auditor has looked at the books, followed the funds are on the date. Then where is the leakage? What is the source of the leakage? Why do funds continue to get lost when the auditor is there?
That one I cannot answer, Mr.
You are an accounting officer. Why? Tell me. We are. Don't fear, I'm not going to arrest you.
No, it's not a matter of arresting, but then there you have to have a concrete answer.
Because I want to find what's the solution to this corruption. I want to know whether my internal control system is working, because this is my responsibility. I am the custodian of all the funds of government. So I'm asking you, I'm not just asking, I am in fact finding information.
Yes, sir.
I've not just come from Kampala to see you and feel happy that I've seen you. I've come to work. So tell me, what is the source of the leakage?
I can't tell you.
How long have you been a cow?
I'm a deputy, not a full cow.
You are a deputy?
Yes, sir.
Who is the full cow here? There is no full cow. Do we have the full cow? Yeah. Ruchika cow, you come here. Ruchika, the cow Ruchika. You come. getting you out of your comfort zone. Come, Chica. Why did the minister to know you? When I'm the one who appoints you as a cow. So if you, I don't. So, and you don't want to produce yourself. You don't want to be a cow next year. So, you had a question. Can I repeat for you? I beg my pardon. Okay. What first introduce yourself?
Thank you, Honorable Minister. I'm Sharif Adajinto, Chief Administrative Officer of Kigezi.
Now, Sharifa, in your normal working day, you are an accounting officer, right? In your normal working day, does the auditor cross your mind? Do you ever think about the auditor?
Actually, the auditor is a major stakeholder in the implementation of government activities.
Why?
He oversees how government resources are being utilized, whether work plans, whether implementation is as per work plans, whether there is value for money, and whether there has been a diversion, misdiversion, and how corrective action can be taken.
Does he come after or before?
Actually,
At what stage does the auditor advise you?
the internal auditor can come
After
in.
you have spent or before?
The internal auditor can come in at any time. There are some situations where you can do a pre-audit and then a post-audit.
So now the question is, I've not looked at the numbers for Chica, but I've looked at the consolidated number of local governments. With this auditor in place, why do we continue to see funds being diverted, funds being stored, funds of fuel getting out at the petrol station? Why?
Obviously, human beings are human beings, but where the auditor is effective with other auditors in the town councils, because the auditor doesn't work alone. If the auditor works with colleagues as a system, and our various auditors are assigned to various entities, it is minimized. I can't say it is completely reduced, but it is minimized to that extent.
The minister to fix the issue.
Actually,
The internal controls.
their biggest challenge,
Where do I need to improve?
their biggest challenge was the resources. Now that they do have